Immediately upon starting up this entire escape room mechanics thing, I personally thought that the quest would be rather straightforward and arguably repetitious for the most part. Never did I once think that a lot of these suggested films would actually be pretty unique a lot of the time, especially if you broaden your horizons and kind of redefine what escape room even means. Is it a literal room, or can you see it as more of an idea or vibe? The One I Love, no exception. In fact, there's so much going on with this movie that I can't talk to you about that I wouldn't really be surprised if this review ended up being significantly shorter than what I usually do. But, well, let's get cracking. The One I Love takes a couple played by Mark Duplass and Elizabeth Moss that are currently going through a rough patch in their marriage. Their marriage counselor, played by Ted Danson, sends them to a quaint little villa for a weekend getaway. At first, it's the perfect vacation spot to find love again, but mysteries and discoveries await them both in the guest room next door, and once they open that door, all bets are off. As far as the narrative goes, that's essentially as far as I can talk to you about. The movie is definitely something that you can categorize as a watch it as blindly as you can, if you can type of movie. I'll try not to spoil this if at all possible. So I went into this movie because one, it was on a list of escape room type films, which I'm currently going through, and two, out of all the movies on that list, this one actually had one of the higher ratings out of the entire bunch. First and foremost, this is not an escape room film, at least not in the conventional way you might imagine. There's no confined room that a bunch of strangers are locked in while solving riddles to escape, but there is a bit of confinement, there is a bit of mystery, and there's a test of skill and wit in order to escape that said confinement. But here's the kicker, and maybe even slightly spoilery, none of this, for the most part, is actually felt by the lead characters. Anything escape room-esque is actually happening in the background, for the most part off screen. Plus, the way that it's worked into the story itself is actually pretty smart if you think about it, because the film comes off as more of a light thriller and mind-bender thing than it does an escape room film. But it still has that vibe, it has the same quality to it. Watching the movie, you'll definitely be asking yourself, WTF is going on, more than once while watching it. But the answer to that question is not only significantly satisfying, but it's also surprisingly unpredictable. You might even think you know what's going on, or maybe you think you might have a good idea of what this might be, but you're probably wrong. I have a tendency to enjoy a lot of the work that I see from Mark Duplass, from comedy to horror. He always seems to have a strange but relatable charisma, so to see him opposite of Elizabeth Moss, I can't say that's a bad thing. Both actors are recognizable and often portrayed as likable, but powerful actors when they need to be, proving their abilities through a mix of genres, which is, perfect for The One I Love, as this is a film full of various genres and themes, including drama, romance, comedy, mystery, thriller, sci-fi. There's so much going on in this film that the audience members are going to have to catch their breaths a little bit when the film jumps from a compelling romantic drama to sci-fi craziness, and then back to romantic comedy this time, and then to a mystery, and so on and so forth. Such radical shifts in genres don't usually work. Honestly, it's hard to get that right in any movie, TV show, even a book. However, whenever these genres do go hand in hand, you honestly have something special on your hands. Might I even say a hidden gem? So this is weirdly a film I wouldn't even know who to recommend it to. If you're a fan of mysteries, you'll love it. If you're a fan of watching relationships go through a turmoil stage in films, be it dramatic or comedic fashion, you'll love it. If you love psychological thrillers, you'll love it. If you're a sci-fi nerd, you'll love it. I'm actually struggling to find a group of people that wouldn't actually enjoy it. If you're a kid, maybe it's definitely not for them. But other than that, I got nothing. It's obscure, but it's obscure in the best of ways. It knew what it wanted to be. Can't really fault them for that. I'm going to be giving this a rating of A-. It is spectacularly done, unique, original. And if you're a fan of escape rooms, even though this doesn't really fit the bill exactly how you would expect, I think you'll still enjoy this movie. Take that as well, guys. Have you seen The One I Love? Are you a fan of it? Do you like Mark Duplass? Do you like Elizabeth Moss? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out!
The one I love, a journey untold where genres blend and mysteries unfold. From romance to thriller, it takes its flight. A symphony of genres.